Will the iPhone 17 Pro Max be the most beautiful and powerful beast? The phone Apple swears will change your life, but here's the savage reality check. Unless you care about 4 very specific things, you're about to blow $1,500 for bragging rights your grandma won't even notice. So let's break this thing down before you make the most expensive flex mistake of the year. By now, the iPhone 17 leaks are less rumors and more Apple just left the prototype at Starbucks again. We know pretty much everything, and yeah, some of it is cool, some of it is laughable, and some of it feels like Tim Cook personally dared the engineers to troll us. But before you line up with your tent, your sleeping bag, and your dignity in shambles, let's go through the 4 big reasons people are losing their minds over this phone. Spoiler: by the end, you'll either be saving your money or justifying your impulse pre-order with the passion of a lawyer defending G. Let's start with design, because that's the number one reason people upgrade iPhones. Not performance, not camera, not even battery. Nope, it's the Instagram factor. Does it look different enough that strangers in Starbucks will notice? The iPhone 17 lineup finally gets a glow up. The Slim or Air is so thin you could probably slice cheese with it. It's lighter than my attention span on a Monday morning. The Pro models are switching up the camera design with a new 2-tone bar that screams, yes, I did in fact spend $1,500 so you could tell me apart from the peasants with last year's phone. And forget that heavy stainless steel. Apple's experimenting with titanium and maybe even aluminum so your Pro Max won't feel like a dumbbell in your pocket anymore. The only downside? Aluminum might scratch easier, but hey, that's just character, right? And this is where I ask you honestly, would you upgrade just because your phone looks slightly different? Drop it in the comments. If you say yes, I'll roast you, but I'll respect the honesty. Now, let's talk about the B word. Battery. The number one reason half of us carry portable chargers like emotional support animals. Apple finally decided bigger is better, and the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are all getting chunkier batteries. Combine that with Apple's new chip that sips power instead of chugging it, and boom, you actually might make it through a full day without plugging in at 3 p.m. But here's the twist. The iPhone 17 Slim, the diet soda of the lineup, has a tiny battery. It's basically the Victoria's Secret model of phones. Looks amazing, but fainting by lunchtime. Rumor has it, Apple is already prepping a special battery case just for this thing, which is corporate speak for, we know it sucks, but hey, accessories mean profit. So I've got to ask you, would you rather have a super thin phone that dies faster than a goldfish in hot tap water, or a slightly chunky phone that actually lasts all day? Choose wisely, because this one matters. Okay, next up, the screen. Finally, Apple is giving every single iPhone 17 a ProMotion 120Hz display, and Android users are rolling their eyes so hard they just sprained a retina. But trust me, this is huge. If you've never used a 120Hz phone, it's like going from dial-up internet to fiber overnight. Scrolling feels smoother, games feel faster, and even doom-scrolling Twitter feels classy. And here's the crazy part. Most people don't even realize the reason Pro models feel faster isn't just the chip, it's the refresh rate. So yeah, Apple is years late to this party, but at least now everyone gets an invite. So here's my challenge. If you've never tried a 120Hz display, find a friend with a Pro model and just scroll Instagram for 2 minutes. Then go back to your phone and tell me it doesn't feel like Windows XP with a virus. I'll wait. And of course the cameras. Because at this point, the iPhone isn't even a phone, it's just a really fancy camera that occasionally makes phone calls. Every iPhone 17 gets a 24-megapixel selfie cam. Translation, your TikToks and Tinder pics just leveled up. But the Pro models, that's where the real flex happens. We're talking potential 8K video recording. Because apparently 4K wasn't enough to see every pore, wrinkle, and regret on your face. And my favorite rumor, dual camera recording. Yes, front and back at the same time, built into the native camera app. Imagine filming your friend doing something stupid while also capturing your face, laughing at their stupidity. Vloggers, YouTubers, and wannabe influencers just started hyperventilating. And here's the kicker. If you've been rocking an iPhone 14 or older, this camera leap is massive, like night and day. You'll suddenly feel like Spielberg, except your blockbuster is just your cat falling off the couch in glorious 8K. All right, time for some brutal honesty. If you're rocking an iPhone 16, relax. You're fine. These upgrades are nice, but not life-changing. Don't let Apple marketing Jedi mind trick you into thinking your phone is suddenly garbage. But if you've been holding on to a 14, 13, 12, this leap is insane. You're not just getting a better camera, you're getting way better battery, a smoother display, a lighter design, and all the tiny quality of life upgrades Apple sneakily adds when they know your old phone is basically begging for retirement. The only catch? The price. Apple is probably bumping it up again. So yes, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will cost more than your rent in some cities. Innovation, baby. So here's the verdict. If you care about design, battery, screen, and cameras, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is worth it. If you don't, congratulations, you just saved $1,500 and you get to flex your financial responsibility instead. Either way, you win, but don't get too comfortable because next year is when Apple might finally drop the foldable iPhone. And trust me, when that happens, Twitter will melt, YouTube will break, and Samsung users will either gloat or cry. So hit subscribe because when that leak hits, you're going to want to be here roasting it with me. And now I need to know, are you buying the iPhone 17 Pro Max or are you skipping this one like an awkward ex at a party? Let me know in the comments and I'll pin the funniest answer. Peace out.